In 3 Nephi chapter 21, the Savior, talking about the marvelous work, the restoration that would come forth in the last days, told the people that he was talking to in the land Bountiful at 34 AD, he said this in verse 1, he says, "And verily I say unto you, I give unto you a sign." Now the sign, he will say in the next few verses, is the coming forth of the Book of Mormon. And he says it to them, "I give unto you a sign." Now in the Jerusalem area, when he was on that side of the world, he told his disciples, according to section 45, he said, "I gave them a sign of my coming." And then he said, because they have looked upon, he said it this way, "Because you have looked upon the long absence of your bodies to be a bondage, I'll show you the signs of my coming and the restoration of the house of Israel." Very much meaning that those in the spirit world will appreciate and be looking forward to the signs of the coming. And the major sign, one of the major signs, will be the coming forth of the Book of Mormon. So he says, when I give unto you a sign, well, they're gonna see the sign. But then he says in verse 3, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, when these things shall be made known unto them," and he's talking about the Gentiles, "of the Father, and shall come forth of the Father from them," the Gentiles, "unto you." Now, we may think he means, well, that's corporate Israel. That's an extension of them. That's their seed in the last days. There are times in the Book of Mormon that the house of Israel and the Jews are treated as corporate Israel. But this time isn't one of those times. Doesn't seem to be one of those times, because in a few verses, he will distinguish, he'll make a distinction between them and their seed, and he'll say basically the same thing, that they will get the book from the Gentiles as well. So he says, you'll get the sign, they'll get the sign. You'll get the book, they'll get the book, suggesting that that book will be on the other side of the veil. Now, there's many more things than them just getting the book. But it seems like the Savior's saying that here. And later on in this chapter, he will say that God will basically save all the house of Israel. He'll say it a number of times. When we get to the next video, Nephi will say this church is for all mankind. Not just the book, but the church that will be restored will be for everybody as well. So for that, look for Nephi Knew Our Church Would Help Save the Dead. And for more on this, much more documentation on this, go to regardingtheplan.com. That's regardingtheplan.com. Thank you.